everyone, my name is Ashley and I belong to the Ramblin' Rex and Rosie's 4-H Club, and this is my 9th and final year in 4-H. The project area I'm going to be talking about today is food and nutrition, and I have done this project area for all 9 years in 4-H. So the food and nutrition project area is basically preparing food for usually to judge the taste, and along with a write-up about how you made it, the steps you had to do, the ingredients, all the good stuff, so that whoever reads it knows how to make your prepared product. And so this really is a very open kind of class project area, because you can make anything from cookies to bread, a cake even. There's so many things that you can do within the food and nutrition project. Anything that is your favorite snack or treat usually can be sent to the county and even state fair. And it's just a really fun way to share some of your favorite foods with other people. But with that, there are some kind of things that you should be able to, you should be aware of so that you can be successful in the project area. So with food and nutrition, there are very strict and specific guidelines. And so you can find some of those when our county fair book gets published. There's like specific things with canning and like how you have to do it. Certain foods that can't be brought to the fair that needs like refrigerated and things like that. So that is one thing to really keep in mind. If you're questioning maybe is this fair acceptable or not, there actually is a hotline. So I would recommend always reaching out to that if you have any questions. And if you cannot actually take it to the fair, let's say for example, like a pumpkin pie. You can't take a pumpkin pie to the fair because the ingredients, it requires refrigeration. But instead you could do like a poster about pumpkin pie. You can still do a write-up over pumpkin pie, share your favorite recipe. The judge can't just taste it. So even though there are some things you need to watch out for that you can't send to the fair, you can still do it as like an educational food and nutrition display. So don't let that hold you back. Now more than ever, also sanitation, that's very important. Washing your hands and everything before you prepare your food and things like that is very important. And make sure your hair is back, or even you can wear a hairnet, apron if you please, just things like that, so that you can be safe when you're cooking and then whenever you're sharing it with others. And then finally, I would say making sure you are using the right measuring tools. Your wet versus dry ingredients measuring cups. I think that's a very important thing that you can even learn about if you decide to do a food and nutrition project using a wet and dry measuring cups. And also making sure that you do list all the ingredients and all the steps that you took, because when someone's reading it, they're gonna want to know everything that you did. Even if you can't fully say it every single step out loud, the judge can go and then read all of the steps that you did and all the ingredients, so then someone can go make it themselves. And that's the whole point of food and nutrition projects, is being able to share a recipe with others. So those are just a few things that I have that you can be successful in the food and nutrition project area. For me, a very special part of the food and nutrition project area that is very dear to me is the fact that I get to bake for other people, and I think it's fun sharing food and new ideas with other people, being in the kitchen with my family and things like that. It's a really fun time to bond and get to experience it together and get to share everything. And so it's just a really fun time and fun experience. And that's like another thing with it. Leading up to the fair, you can always make sure you practice it. So you could use the excuse of, hey, mom, I want to practice making cookies. And so, you know, maybe every week you're making cookies and you get cookies in the end. So it's like a win-win. You practice your recipe, you get to eat it until you take it to the fair. So it's just a really fun project, and it's one of my favorites. So obviously, if you have any questions, please let us know.